You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I've got your early edition weekly spoilers for Monday, January 29th through Friday, February 2nd. We are heading into February next week. I cannot even believe it. It's crazy. We've got some juicy spoilers to unpack as we step into sweeps. Big stuff ahead. Before I unpack all of this for you, if you have not, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our bold and beautiful updates, spoilers, and news. And as I always do on the early edition spoilers, because they are so early in the week, I'm going to talk to you about what's happening the rest of this week to give you context for next week. Already this week, we saw the Bill, Poppy, Luna, RJ at the beach house. Awkwardness, weirdness. We had Lee slut-shaming her sister while Finn tried to defend his aunt and his cousin. And then we had Hope giving Thomas her big decision. This was the spoiler that was teased. She makes a decision. She didn't, actually. I talked about this on another video. I said it was going to go, obviously one of three things: break up, make up, or keep it just status quo, which is kind of what she did, which is a little frustrating because the spoiler the network gave out made it seem like something was really going to happen. All right. That just leaves it wide open for February sweeps. That's what I suspect. All right. You probably haven't seen Wednesday by the time you've heard this. Maybe, maybe not. So Wednesday, January 24th, we've got a father-son talk, another one between Ridge and Eric Forrester, which sounds great unless it's going to be the conversation that we've heard 8 different times at a minimum, maybe more, maybe closer to a dozen, about Ridge questioning whether or not he should have just gone ahead and unplugged Eric and let him die. And, did I make a mistake, Dad? We've heard it. Please don't go there again. Just don't. They probably will. But Brad Bell, please stop beating everything to death. That same day, we have Lee and Poppy and Luna in an argument, and it is about Dollar Bill Spencer. Luna's been encouraging her mom, Poppy, to stand up to her big sister, Lee. And I still feel like there must be something more there than what we're seeing. Lee can be kind of controlling, kind of temperamental. She almost let Sheila Carter die of a heart attack while she stood there not helping, but that's understandable. But the amount of anger she has at her little sister seems irrational. So that has me thinking this is a really old, just sister rivalry grudge back from high school or something. Or there's something to it, and Poppy and her little happy pills, maybe there's a dark underbelly to this woman, that wouldn't be surprising because, Dollar Bill himself is dark and is kind of drawn to darkness. So we'll see. Thursday, January 25th, we have Lee continuing to berate her sister Poppy, and she makes this accusation that is so startling that it is going to make things explode between the sisters. I mean, I don't know what else she could say to her, honestly. She's called her a gold digger, just looking for a sugar daddy, basically called her a gift shop slut. I don't know what else Lee could say to Poppy that would be shocking at this point, but apparently there's something. Meanwhile, RJ talks to Luna, and they start discussing her mom's past with Bill. Maybe Luna's found out more, or maybe she just hadn't told RJ everything she already knows. But RJ kind of starts to realize, so Bill knew your mom about 10 months or so before you were born, something like that. Whatever RJ says gets Luna's wheels going, and she starts really thinking about things. Then on Friday, January 26th, we have Bill looking forward to another night together with Poppy. He is hot and heavy and looks like we might get some really funky flashback / non-flashbacks. And by non-flashbacks, I mean basically curated, created new flashbacks to the past. Because Poppy is thinking back on that night a long time ago at the music festival where she first met Dollar Bill. So I feel like we might get Bill in a wig, something, some kind of grainy flashback. I don't know. We'll see, but as much as I don't like flashbacks, this I won't hold against them if they are creating a new flashback to create a memory that they are, for a new situation that they're doing in a retcon. A retcon, if you don't know, it is how you refer to a retroactive correction to history to justify something happening in the present, like when they create new kids, like it seems to be what they're doing with Luna. All right, as we step into January 29th through February 2nd, the big thing to know about this week is that Thursday and Friday, February 1st and February 2nd, are the first 2 days of sweeps. This year, for whatever reason, Sweeps is doing precisely calendar month, the 1st through the 28th. So we are already into Sweeps, which means big, big action. So next week, look for Luna to do some math and realize that Bill might be her dad while Poppy is thinking back on that night. I mean, if Poppy's that loose and layabout, maybe there was more than one guy this weekend, so maybe the math looks one way, but the reality is another, although Poppy seems quite certain that she knows the identity of her daughter's father. We'll see. RJ definitely planted that seed, but Luna mentally waters it, and there was definitely some more intrigue this week on Bold, I felt like, when Bill was talking about how special she is and saying that to RJ, and he sounded almost paternal. I mean, if he's not her dad, then they are just putting all kinds of false flags and fake Easter eggs out there for viewers to find. Hope tabled her decision on Thomas, but in Sweeps, look for more of a firm commitment. Finn just had that big pat on the back episode, which hints at a fall from grace during Sweeps, something to do with Xander and Thomas and Steffi and all the angst. And Lee is going to keep pushing against her sister next week, and we're going to get some insight into that hatred at long last. That's all I have for early spoilers for the week of the 29th through the 2nd. Definitely come back later in the week. We'll have your full roster, included dated daily spoilers for every day of the week. And between now and then, we'll have a lot more spoilers, action, good stuff. Definitely come back because we are here talking B&B 7 days a week. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, your host, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.